spa day. Today we'll be cleaning up Chewie. This guitar is my first PRS. It was bought by my wife. It is a cool guitar. Unfortunately, it has been through many a modification. Right now I'm loosening up the auto trim locking tuners from Planet Waves. These are great tuners because they automatically cut off the extra string. Release that tension. Get it out of there. That's nice. We also sanded back the neck to make it more satin. I don't like a sticky neck. Let's get all this dust off of you. That's nice. Yes. Nice and shiny. We want you to be clean. Nobody will see this part of you, but it should be clean. The neck too. Alright, we're going to flip it over here. Nice. Put some cucumbers on here. There you go, relax. It's a spa. That's dumb. Never mind. Let me take those off. Then I'm going to eat those. Alright, taking the strings off, and let's get the dust off of this headstock here. You'll notice that this is not the original SE logo. Before they changed it with the script logo, I didn't like the old logo, so I put some vinyl on here. Now we're going to get that neck, or that fretboard, nice and moist. You want to make sure that your fretboard is nice and hydrated and conditioned. You don't want it to dry out and crack. This can cause problems with the frets and splinters. Just get it nice in there, just nice. Massage it into it. Let it set, let it absorb. And once it's absorbed enough, you're just going to come back in. You're just going to wipe off that excess. We don't need that excess. I may have used too much. Gross. Definitely used too much. But that's okay. It's a spa day. Look at it. Now, one of the modifications I did on here was I added the Townsend Fishman Fluence pickups, and then I also had a different bridge on here, but it had locking pull pieces, or excuse me, locking studs. I'm gonna have to use my D'Addario tool here to unlock those. It's super easy. As long as you hold it in place there. There we go. Let's get those strings out of here, and whoop, they're all rolled up. I like to use these pre-treated polishing cloths. I don't like to put a bunch of lotion or oil on my guitars. But to each their own, I guess. I'm a very fingerprinty kind of guy. Getting fingerprints everywhere. And these cloths do a nice job of buffing them out. I like the Townsend Fishman Fluence pickups. You have a total of 3 voices on here, which is pretty nice. You have like a classic, a heavy, and then a split tone, which I have wired up to push-pull pots. That's nice. It's a spa day. Gotta make sure this lower bout is nice and shiny. Forgot that wasn't a push-pull pot, it's just those 2. I've neglected this guitar too long. It's just been sitting in the rack, looking at me play my other guitars. It doesn't feel loved. We need to show it love. You need to show your guitars that you love them. You need to say, I love you, guitar. Now we're going to polish the frets. D'Addario has this fret polishing system that has these napped cloths that are pretty cool. Not only that, but you don't have to tape off your fretboard or get any like metal fret protectors. The cardboard on here actually has them built in. You have for narrow frets, jumbo, and then ukulele, which I should probably polish my ukulele frets too now that I think of it. But here they are. Narrow, jumbo, and ukulele. I used to polish my frets with a Dremel until one day I got a little lopsided and took a chunk out of my fretboard. So these pieces of paper, they allow me to get all the corrosion off of my frets, get them nice and polished up without the fear of digging a big hole into my fretboard. I use the rough side to get everything off, and then I flip it over and polish for the other side. This is boring. This is a tedious process, but having silky smooth frets makes playing the guitar all that much better. This is going to take a while. Look at all that gunk. Ugh. That came from my hands. My hands made that gunk. Ugh. That's my gunk. Unfortunately, like I said, I've been neglecting this guitar. I've been neglecting most of my guitars. Some of them, like this guitar, had a string change and then just sat forever. Look how shiny that is compared to that one. Oh, that's going to be so nice. Silky smooth. Yes. And as tedious as this is, this little polishing system is pretty quick. Now, if you had really bad corrosion on here, I don't think you would like to go this route, but definitely safer than a Dremel. Not as quick though, but you don't risk trying to Yingwei out your fretboard, especially if you're not a scalped fretboard kind of guy. Here's a closer look here. Let's take a look at that. And you can really see that the cardboard is protecting the finish of the fretboard, or rather the lack of finish, since it is an untreated rosewood fretboard. I guess it's treated now. Let's speed this up here. Not everybody can move as fast as I can, but I'm amazing. Just because it's a spa day doesn't mean we all have to be relaxed. Now I'm going to try out these balanced tension D'Addario strings. I normally rock 10s, but I've never played these balanced before. D'Addario has a cool thing where you can get points. You can recycle your strings and get points, redeem your points. Here's the points. Whoever uses that can have that, I guess. I'm just going to string it up here. Look how fast I can string a guitar. Some of you people may not be able to string a guitar quite as fast as me, but I'm the fastest. Look at that, it's very strong. Now here's where these tuners come in clutch. Look at this. No little wires hanging out. Now just to tune it up. The song of my people. I'll save you that because it's a spa day and we shouldn't have to hear strings go out of tune. These strings do feel nice and they do feel relatively equally tensioned, which is interesting.